I want to tell a couple stories of what Be the Village looks like for us. Because everybody needs a village. We all are meant to live in community, and that's what that's about. I think families with special needs, it means a little bit different. So I want to paint a picture for you. We have a mom here who has twin boys who are teenagers, both with autism. And she stays at home with them because it's a full-time job. All she needed to do on a Monday afternoon was go to a 2-hour meeting. For this 2-hour meeting, it took a weeks-long coordination, and we had to get about 6 adults coordinated so that she could go to this 2-hour meeting. Because these adults have to be somebody who are comfortable with these boys. They have to be somebody that the boys are familiar with. They have to be somebody who can help them in the routine and be okay with behaviors, be okay with getting punched and hit and bitten. And that takes coordination. Imagine a 2-hour meeting on a Monday afternoon, that much coordination. That's what it means to a family with special needs by needing a village. Now let me tell you when Blue Sky needs a village. There's a lot of times that Blue Sky needs a village. The best one that comes to mind is this event was here 2 years ago, and there was a shell over here. That purpose room was so needed. They could not do what they do now without that purpose room. That purpose room was about $100,000. Blue Sky spent $21,000. All the rest of it was done by you. And there were workers out here from Home Depot and from our church communities and from our families and from our friends working tirelessly in here. Our people from all over local businesses through Aubrey and Pilot Point to get that purpose room done. That's what it means when Blue Sky needs a village. Now I want to tell you when Blue Sky is the village. I've got 2 examples for you. The other day we had a new rider out here. The new rider is wheelchair bound. It was their first time. They had a 1-hour time slot to get the entire thing done. And they got up the wheelchair ramp, had to rearrange some things, go down the wheelchair ramp, up the wheelchair ramp. It took 4 people to get that person on the horse. They did 1 lap around before the hour-long segment was up. That tells you what it does. That was the best hour of that person's life that week. It was a smile from ear to ear. That 1 lap meant the world to that person, and that's Blue Sky being the village. Yeah. I've got one more example of Blue Sky being the village because I live with Amy. I have the joy of living with Amy. Where's Dustin? Dustin Mohan, you in here? Okay, Dustin loves to call Amy all week. And usually, Amy will decline that call. Dustin, I'm sorry, it just happened. She declines. But on Thursday night, she always takes that call, and she usually answers it on speaker so we can all hear. This is what Dustin wants to tell her on Thursday night, right there. Dustin calls and tells Amy, I get to come to Blue Sky tomorrow. That's what he wants to tell her. And he says, are you going to be there? And she says, I'll be there. And then he says, I love you. And then he says, and tell your husband he's a bozo. The relationship that the riders have with the volunteers and with the adults and with the workers and with each other, that's Blue Sky being a village. I was in a conversation not too long ago, and this strange question came up that doesn't come up, I mean, it comes up fairly often and we don't think much about it. It's like, what's your biggest fear? And this was a casual conversation. This was just like small talk. So we all have our casual conversation biggest fear. I'm not going to say it, so don't worry, but if I said, hey, everybody go get to know each other at your table, say your name and where you live and what your biggest fear is. You're going to get spiders and heights. And if I'm at the table, I'm going to say snakes. And if Amy G's at the table, she's going to say frogs, which is really, really weird. I've never seen a frog hurt anybody, but she's really scared of them. And so that we all have this conversation on a regular basis. And then I really started processing this question, and I'm like, that's not our biggest fear. That's our small talk biggest fear. What's your real biggest fear? You start digging down deep, and we start to go to some deep things of what those big fears are. And probably every parent ever probably shares the same biggest fear, which is that I may live a day on this earth without one of my children. That would be the biggest fear of any parent that we probably all share. I'm sure there's people who have people who've been through that, people in this room, and words couldn't even describe. I can't even imagine what that's like. We share that as our biggest fear. I'm going to go a little bit deeper than that, and it's a place that special needs parents go. And maybe not all special needs parents, but I know that there's some that share this fear. You dig deep and dig deep. My biggest fear, when you really boil it down, is that Mabry would ever spend a day on this earth without me. Or without Amy. Would she feel loved? Would she feel cared for? Would she feel like she's a part of something? Would she understand that she's good and that she's equal? Because Amy and I are really good at making her feel loved. But what if we're not here? She doesn't understand. My boys will understand. She will not understand. Will she feel abandoned? Will she feel like she's not a part of something? That is the biggest fear. The reason I'm sharing that with you tonight is because Mabry's village gives us hope. Her village helps that fear. Her brothers are going to love her well. They're going to take care of her well. Her cousins and our family are going to treat her like a queen. Her church family is going to wrap her up and make sure she's well taken care of. Blue Sky is going to make sure she's part of her community. Blue Sky is going to be the ones who show her that what she does matters. Blue Sky is going to be the one, in our mind, where she's going to live. And that helps that fear so much. So I can't even express to you what Blue Sky means to Mabry, what it means to our family, what it means to so many families that are here. I think you can sense it. And I just want to thank you so much. Just you being here, hearing our story and caring enough to come on a Saturday night means the world to us. You guys are our village, and we could not do this without you. So thank you so much.